Welcome back. So, most married men are so childish. There's a young lady that I saw her post on, is it Instagram or TikTok? Let me see here. I'm gonna play the video and then we'll talk. I'm gonna play the video 1 second. There you go.
Carry
This
your money to go and marry a woman that, as a grown ass man, you could not stay alone again. You say you needed a wife, so you carry your money and go and marry this wife who is younger than you. So we assume once you marry a wife, she's the younger person in the house before the children will come into the family. But look at you now. You are now the baby of the house, a grown-ass adult man that went to marry a wife to create his own family. You are now the baby of the house. You are keeping malice with your wife for days. You cannot settle. You don't know how to communicate. You don't know how to fix your home. As a grown man, everything about you is toxic, is problem, is quarrel. You see that ego? You see that ego that you're carrying like this? There will be a time that you regret even having that ego if you don't grow up. You are having children around. You have children, but you are behaving like a child. You are keeping malice. What do you want your children to learn from you? Okay, so now when your children grow to a particular age and start keeping malice with themselves, how will you settle them when you are the coach? You don't know how to show love to your wife. Let me tell you something. The way you treat your wife is how your children will treat each other and also treat people that will come into their life when they grow up. It starts with you as a man. You cannot communicate with your wife. You cannot share love amongst yourself and amongst your children. What is your child learning from you as a man? What is the moral that your child is learning from you? Okay, it's how to beat your wife, how to disrespect your wife, how to talk down on your wife. You cannot even pray as the head of the house. You are not the spiritual head in your family. Who is doing you this thing? As the head of the house, when last did you gather your family and pray for them? When last did you lay your hands on your children and your wife? When last did you anoint them? When last did you prophesy good thing into your wife's life and to your children's life? Your own is to wear clothes and go out and be carrying shoulder around. Very soon, you will tell God what you are doing with your family. Because when your marriage fails, it's you that God will hold responsible. Because it's you that told God you cannot be alone again, you want to get married. It's you that took your wife to the altar and make vows in front of God and men. And look at you now. The devil is using you to play gamble. You are not even aware of what is going on in your life. Your family is scattered. Your wife is not close to you. Your children are not close to you. Very soon now, you say, my wife is the one turning my children against me. No woman turn any child against any man. They are growing, they are looking, they are seeing, they are watching, they are seeing what is happening. So when they grow up and try to pay you back, you start saying, these children, they are, it's not. You are always trying to point finger at people because you don't want to be accountable of your action. Be accountable of your action. Put your family together. You are the man. If you don't have the grace, ask God for grace to put your family together. You cannot be the baby of the family when you are the oldest in the family. You don't know how to put people together in the family. You're just misbehaving. Everything about you is fight and quarrel. You carry your money to go and marry a woman.
all
That's
right,
as
all
a
right,
grown
all right, all right, all right. Shout out to
as
Real Talk with Coco. That's her page. It was reposted by Mr. Remo. Wow, wow, wow. She said a whole lot. She said a whole lot. I have to agree with her, but I'll explain. I'll explain why I'm agreeing with her. Okay. I know what you're thinking. What about the woman? I'll get to that. I promise. I'll get to that. Okay. But I have to overall agree with the point that she's making. Most married men are so childish. How do I know that? Because I've been there. I've been there. There's a point where you get to where you're just butt hurt. You know what I mean by butt hurt? Your wife did something. You got caught up in your feelings. Yeah, it's real. If you're a grown man and you've lived any type of life, you know exactly what I'm talking about, unless you are capping big time. No, you got caught up in your feelings. If you could relate with this story, if you're the one keeping silent treatment with your wife, then you know exactly what I'm talking about. Your butt hurt. You got caught up in your feelings. I understand. I understand that feeling. I've been there before. Okay. One thing I always tell men is that no one cares about anything outside of their feelings. That includes women, that includes men. That women are more emotional. Stop it. Okay. They express emotions more. They express it in more seemingly emotional way. But we're all emotional beings. Okay. And sometimes the way you get caught up, the way you express your emotions is this silent treatment of a thing. It just from your face. Before you know it, you're not talking in your own household, in your own house. So she made some very, very good points. So I wanted to describe the butthurt feeling. Is that feeling when you just you feel something. You can't put your fingers on it, but you can't stand her. Maybe she run her mouth. Maybe she said something. Maybe she's correcting you. You kind of know she's right, but it just doesn't feel right. But you're not willing to admit that it's a feeling. Why? Because you're a man. And because you're a man, you're supposed to not have feelings. It's supposed to be just facts, only facts, no feelings. You're lying to yourself. That's the first step. When the foundation starts with a lie, obviously there's no real solution. There's no good solutions that will come from that, because you're not even willing to acknowledge first. So let's first of all acknowledge that we are men. Yes, you are a king. And yes, it's okay. Sometimes you get caught up in your own feelings. Your butt hurts. Ojue, odue. See that feeling? You sit in it, you wallow in it, enjoy it. Because guess what? Welcome to the real world. It's happened to the best of us. They said something. Somebody said something. Now, actually, they could be wrong too, right? But it's not about the fact that they're wrong. It just makes you feel some type of way. You rather than just shut up. Right? That feeling is when you just know, like, just shut up, right? But you said it, but it didn't work. By the way, if you said it, that's verbal abuse. If you said that to your wife, but maybe you didn't even say it, but you just know that you just feel some type of way. But the next thing you know, it is now normally 9 o'clock when you pray for your family. You can't gather yourself together. You're just so buttered. Your face is so tense. You're not angry, but you're caught up in your feelings. You're it's very sticky. The feeling you use is very sticky, and you couldn't bring yourself to say, it's time to pray. Ladies and everybody, let's come together and pray. You couldn't do it. You can't come and pray. You just can't bring yourself to come and do it. It's time to pray or no, She looks nice, so you couldn't tell her she looks nice because you're still caught up in your feelings. For whatever reason. Maybe she didn't even give you quick last night. Maybe that's the reason. You're caught up in your feelings. It's thick. You feel some type of way. She's wrong, but not necessarily wrong. You're not wrong, but you just feel some type of way. But the best solution you can come up with is, I'm just gonna be quiet. Maybe it's not even intentional. Maybe it's just how you feel. Maybe it takes you time. Maybe your spirit is calming down small, but it takes you time. It's just who you are. Right? Maybe that's how you grew up in your family. When everybody's pissed off at each other, you and your siblings growing up, everybody just angry with each other for the next 3 weeks, and now you go and marry this person's daughter, and now they have to deal with that. One of the things you can give your wife is words of affirmation. For no reason, you just say something nice about her. I saw men today that I'm taping this right now. I saw men actually questioning why there must be Mother's Day. Right? It's terrible. It's bad. What do you mean? I saw men saying, okay, I stumbled into a live session yesterday, and they were asking about who's a virtuous woman. And I saw men saying the only person they can think of, their sister. Are you having sex with your sister? What do you mean? What do you mean by your mother and your sister is the only virtuous woman that you know? See, these are the behaviors. Again, you're caught up in your feelings. This one now is extended feelings, because whatever happened that's made you end up in this space where you can't say, just be nice. What do you mean? There's no virtuous woman around you. What kind of life is that? Anyway, words of affirmation is one of the most powerful things. No, it doesn't have to be her love language. Just words of affirmation is one of the most powerful things. See, she's right. If your marriage failed, it's your fault. It's not a right and wrong pragmatic nonsense that you're about to tell me. No, it's none of that. So I'm not going to sit here and argue with you. What I'm telling you is that you're supposed to be the head of that household. If it failed, it failed. If you're not able to hold yourself accountable for that, how could you even build a home in the first place? How did you end up mistakenly trying to build a home? It was wrong from the beginning. No, they didn't tell you. It was wrong, It is your fault if it failed. Yes, if it failed, it is your fault. And I don't really mean fault. I mean, the best way for you to move forward in your life is to hold yourself accountable, responsible for that. Because guess what? I know you're going to want to claim the head of the household. You don't know. You know what? You don't know what it means to be the head of something. It means more accountability. Like, there's no equality. It's your fault that you bought into feminism when it comes to family structure. That's your fault. There's no equality. If you're the head of the household, it means more responsibility. So it is your fault. Anyway, what do you think about what she said? Do you agree? Do you disagree? Is there some part? What about the ladies? We're not talking about the ladies today. We'll talk about them at the right time. Today, I just wanted to call you to that, particularly that silent treatment thing. Silent treatment is a response. It's a coping mechanism. There are deeper issues, and you need to address them. You need to address them. It's not as simple as your husband hates you, ladies. It's not that simple. It's something traumatic, something deep happening there, and it must be addressed properly. And it starts with you. If you're here complaining about it, hit like, share, subscribe, turn up your notifications so you're notified when I drop videos or go live. I'll be right back. Girl, it's your love that I've been missing.